It's about to be your ass, Mr. Crawfish. I'd like to thank the Lord for the food that I'm about to receive. Let it be a nourishment to my body. What is tail at? What the hell? Alright guys, so I guess, I don't know if this is like kind of like a mukbang style type of video, but I'm sitting outside eating some crawfish, and I threw an old t-shirt on because I have a white tee under this and I didn't want to get crawfish juice on it. But shout out but shout out to my uncle and my aunt with Focus Athletic Training, you know, here in Port Barre, Louisiana, Opelousas, Louisiana. But yeah, I went to Crawfish Time in Lafayette, Louisiana, where I'm visiting family, and I just got myself a 3-pound of crawfish, you know, with some dip. It is delicious. Oh, so good. I don't know why I got myself a 3-pound. I should have got a 5-pound. Man. These crawfish are so bomb. It is so bomb. I'm mad that I got a 3-pound. I really should have got a 5-pound. And the potatoes. Potatoes are bomb. Bomb tickety dog. No. Like, you can't even eat crawfish or the potatoes without a dipping sauce. Who does that? Who would do that is the question. That's so bomb. I thought I had a sausage in there. My mom probably got... Hold on. Ma! How many pieces of sausage you got in your bag? Oh, mine might be at the bottom then. I was looking. Oh no, my sauce is right there too. I got a sausage along with the potatoes, because it comes with 2 potatoes, no corn. You had to buy the corn separately, but I don't even eat corn anyway. But I was like, I want it all. It's bomb. It's bomb as hell. Oh no, I had one.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
You can have mine.
This is gonna be too much. Like, whenever you eat crawfish, you're supposed to use like all your fingers, but I don't like using all my fingers because one, I have acrylic nails and I hate cleaning beneath it. And oh my god, I'm defeating the purpose. I actually brought myself some napkins. I mean some gloves outdoors, and I guess I left them inside, but oh well. It's not that big of a deal, you know. So if you don't know how to peel a crawfish, you hold the head, flick out the tail, hold it, and twist it. Like that. And then you just, the easiest way to explain it, and it probably looks crazy because I'm using 2 fingers because I don't want to dirty all of my fingers, but you squeeze it in the center and then you just peel it back. Peel it. Like right here, there's like this like little ledge, and you just stick your finger underneath and peel it off. It's a lot easier than I'm making it look. Well, no, I lie. Peeling crawfish is really not easy, but you get like accustomed to it, and then you start to like get faster with it. But playing around trying to show y'all, I ended up breaking it. But I'm gonna show y'all another one in a bit. This is so bomb. Yep, it's bomb. How to peel a crawfish 101. So you grab it, twist, right? Then you see this underneath. You're gonna have this little like scaly ledge on the side. So on either side. So what I like to do, I like hold it. So I like to hold it like this, peel from the ledge, going around and under. And then I just around and under. and then you slide it off. And then you get this little piece of meat. People are like, oh my God, it's a lot of work for that little piece of meat. I mean, a lot of people stay in relationships for a little piece of meat. But y'all, I had the scariest thing happen to me the other day. I actually caught a panic attack. I started experiencing panic attacks in 2008. I lost my brother, he passed away, and that's when I started noticing that, oh, I had a hard time breathing whenever I would think about it, things like that. And then, like, growing up, I always did have that, like, anxious feeling. Like, whenever I would get an anxious feeling, my heart would start beating fast, or like my hands would get really clammy, my armpits would start feeling like all like, I don't know, sweaty and itchy or whatever. And I never really paid attention to it. Now, granted, I did have a lot of pressure on me growing up to maintain good grades and stuff like that. And I had a lot of pressure on myself. And I always wanted to succeed and excel and just be the best at everything that I could. And so, as I started to get older and after I experienced a traumatic loss, it got like 10 times worse. My anxiety. So, I've been dealing with it for the past couple of years. I was in therapy in the military. I was, you know, talking to the therapist, and they ended up putting me on medication called Celexa. I stopped taking that after a while, and I was good for the past couple of years. Well, I first noticed that, you know, my anxiety was pretty high, and the basically like the signs of my panic attack basically started to surface. The first time that I noticed that it was like pretty high was when I went to New York BeautyCon right before, and we were like at H&M or whatever, and I started getting nervous, and my breathing started to change, and I was like feeling really dizzy and stuff like that. And then a couple of days ago, I'm chilling like in my garage in the car, just like listening to music and stuff, and I have a lot on my mind. I'm like thinking about all my different tasks that I have to complete, and, you know, like basically trying to travel this summer and all that. And like out of nowhere, I just felt so nauseous, and it was just like, it got to the point to where I was like, oh, I feel sick. And then I was like, oh, I'm getting lightheaded. Oh, I can't breathe. My breathing is starting to change. So I ended up feeling like pretty nauseous, and I was like, kind of like dry heaving. And so I hurried up and like got out the car because some kind of came up, but it wasn't like a lot. And as soon as I like got out of the car and stood up, I just like puked. And when I started puking, I just got like really dizzy to the point to where I was like literally feeling myself fall. And I was like, oh. And it was just like the most scariest thing ever, because it was like, one minute I'm looking at my phone and playing with the stereo, and the next minute I'm like seeing black as I'm like going down, you know. And that was like the most scariest thing that I felt in a long time. And it's like I've been doing okay without medication for a while, but I think sometimes like I just get overwhelmed. And like the therapist had told me at one point, like naturally your mind is already here. The average person is here, your mind is here. So when the average person you know, starts to think about a lot, they go up to this level. Now they're on overload, where you're starting out on overload already. So anything that starts to build on top of what you're already like battling every single day in your head, it's going to trigger those things that will cause you to get anxious, that will cause you to start feeling sick, that will cause you to feel like paranoid and panicky and like shortness of breath and all of that. And that's why they were recommending, you know, doing my breathing exercises and journaling and taking the medication and taking the therapy sessions and whatnot. And I kind of just was like, I want to do this on my own. But now I'm starting to feel like, do I really want to do it on my own? Because, sorry, my camera died. I'm drinking my Zachary. But yeah, I mean, granted, you know, I've been dealing with it all these years alone and actually making progress. But I mean, there are some instances where like I have to sit back and tell myself like, it's okay to have help, you know? Like, you need guidance. You need to basically detach yourself from the situation. It's like, basically you need to detach yourself from the situation and talk to whoever that has no ties to you and just vent. Even if what you're venting about is as simple as tasks that you have to complete, just talk to them about it, you know? But yeah, with that being said, yo, that anxiety attack was something serious. Like, I was like, dang, man, I haven't felt like this in a long time. Yo, this crawfish is hitting. It's hitting. Either that or I'm just hungry as hell. Yo, the sausage is good. The crawfish is good. Potato is good. Man. So there's this girl on Facebook and she was asking women if, you know, if they're not afraid to slide in like guys' DMs and stuff. And if they're not afraid to slide in guys' DMs, then would they be afraid or opposed to actually proposing to the guy, being that, you know, they're not afraid to make the initiative. And then she goes on to say that, you know, the men should lead. So she just kind of wanted women's opinion about that. And I found it really interesting because I myself, I was never afraid to like say hi first, you know. I wouldn't go out of my way to like run a guy down like guys run women down these days. But I was never afraid to like say hello or, you know, whatever. But I would never propose to a man. There is just some things that you have to leave and stick to tradition. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just something I wouldn't do. So some people in the comments were talking about he who finds a wife finds favor from the Lord, stuff like that, but not the other way around. And so I totally get that, like a man should lead, but it really made me sit there and think. And I asked this question on the post and nobody like replied to it. So I was wondering if they didn't really know themselves or if I just sounded completely stupid. But I actually went to the passage before I actually wrote the post, and I was like, you know, I feel like you don't have to be afraid to like spark up the conversation first if a guy seems interested enough to do so, or if you're attracted to the guy or whatever. And because at the end of the day, like, maybe I feel like everybody's journey is like already written. Everybody's story is already written. Certain things that we do in life is just, it's supposed to happen that way. And I understand that like he who finds a wife finds favor from the Lord, but we are all human. And I feel like that passage alone, well, okay, I feel like, why can't a woman just say hello? That's not taken, I don't feel like that's taken away from the man finding a wife, you know? Because we're all human. So I feel like sometimes we don't notice people, and even if we don't notice them, whenever we do notice them, then it's like, I can't believe I didn't pay attention to this, or I can't believe I almost missed this opportunity, or whatever the case may be. So my question was like, hey, you know, I know that this passage says this, but is it more of he who physically go out and find a wife finds favor from the Lord, or is it he who settles down, decides to commit, lets go of temptation, lets go of this, you know, deceitful behavior, and lead the woman that he sees fit for his spiritual journey, that's who he wifes. Because I personally don't feel as if though, and maybe I'm wrong and you guys can like point me to the right passage or whatever, but when I was reading, I didn't get like any clarification, so I didn't really know. But when the Bible says he who finds a wife finds favor from the Lord, I'm like, did he physically go out and find this woman? Or did he realize my spirit is craving this woman? My spirit is telling me that I need to be a man of God, and I know the right thing to do is to settle down and to be the leader and the provider in X, Y, and Z. That's what I'm trying to figure out, because I'm like, if he has to physically go out and find his wife, isn't that kind of what the guys are doing when they go to the club? I feel like sometimes women in general, including myself, if that passage is not meant to be completely literal, but just more so of a man giving his life to God, choosing to walk, you know, walk the journey with someone who feeds his spiritual craving, I feel like that's favor, you know. But I don't feel like some women are like, oh, you know, like some women are like, oh, you know, well, I'm not sliding nobody's DMs, this and this and that. But you could slide in somebody's DMs and don't even know that they're a part of the church, and they could just be so invested into the church and invested in their journey that they don't even notice you on Facebook. You know, you just might be a mutual friend of a friend that he added on Facebook, and he's just focused, and then you might say hello, and that might catch his attention, and then y'all might start chatting it up, or vice versa. You know, man hit a girl up, but y'all might start chatting it up, and then that feeling will hit him, like, that's my wife, and he'll know. But he didn't even say hi first. So I don't feel like you saying hello first is taking away from a man finding you as his wife, or, you know, or chasing you as his wife. I don't feel that way. But again, you know, I'm not really big into like the Bible, and I am trying to like educate myself, and I was reading and I was trying to find passages that correlated with that. But honestly speaking, like, I didn't take it literal, you know. So you guys tell me what you think, because you know, there are some women that's like, oh, I ain't saying nothing to no man, I ain't sliding nobody DM, he better come to me if he want me. And it's like, okay, but what if it was written that you said hello first, and you saying hello caught his attention, and next thing you know, he done wiped you up by year 1, and then provided you with a nice house, a nice car, he's leading you on the spiritual journey, all because you took the initiative to say hey, or because you took the initiative to give that person a chance that you may have never considered giving a chance. So I just be thinking about all kinds of stuff. What does it mean? I got about eight crawfish left. Yo, actually, I like eating my crawfish by myself, because even though you guys are watching me right now, you're not really watching me, and I can like, you know, eat the way I want to eat. I'm just saying, it's a little spicy. Yo, I don't know if I could finish, to be completely honest. The potatoes actually do a really good job at filling you up, because it's like, if you are craving a 5 pound and you just don't know if you're being big-eyed or not, get a 3-pound and eat 2 potatoes and a sausage while you're eating the crawfish, guarantee you're gonna think twice about that 5-pound. Cause I can normally sit down and eat a 5-pound by myself in one sitting, but not right now. Man. Go away. Alright guys, so that's the end of my little mukbang. I don't know what it's called, but this is the end of it. Don't forget to mash that subscribe button if you enjoyed, and also turn your notifications on. That way you never miss another upload. So until next time, beauties, be you, be beautiful, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.